You're gonna get Discord happening. Hey, Bonsai. Hey, Mike Music. Good to see you. It's the second prelude in the Prelude and Fugue in C minor. Hey, how's it going? Thank you, Kaylin. You learned that piece today. Oh, nice. Chopin? Sure, throw something out. Solo. How am I today? I'm doing all right. Baby was not feeling the best, so did not sleep very much, but that comes with the territory. Yeah, I like this piece. You want Ode to Joy? Sure. We can do Ode to Joy. You have a song request? Sure. Bonsai? You just have to find the name? Yeah. Classical does have some weird names. Not gonna lie. Alright, hang on, let me write down some of these. We'll do these. Hey everybody, come on in, come on in. We're gonna play some music and have a good old time. Alright. I had a close call with a tornado last night, but whatever. It's called living in the Midwest. The weather's kind of crazy over here. Bergamesque. Sweet Bergamesque. I'm thinking that you're talking about Debussy, as the cultured say. We got that. We'll do Ode to Joy. Linkin Park, sure. Millionaire Waltz by... Don't lose your sleeping bag, okay? The weather's pretty... We'll get the Millionaire Waltz on there. Equals the goat. I don't know if Debussy equals the goat. Debussy is good. I don't know whether I'd go all the way to goat status. Oh, the cat equals the cat? That's funny. Oh, I know. I'm playing something else, Bonsai. I'm playing Ode to Joy. Because somebody else wanted Ode to Joy. bag in the wind, okay?
Yeah.
All right, go have fun. Why is the MSLP crashing so much? I don't know why that keeps crashing, but it is nice. In the end, we could do that. Turkish March by Mozart. I think you mean, what? Ronda alla Turca, right? We got Queen. Wow, I don't know why these keep crashing on me. I don't think I've ever heard this before, but maybe I have. I've seen it. Do I still need notes for Ronda alla Turca? I don't even know that song very well. Wait, that's a different Linkin Park song. Hold on, let me look up In the End. They all sound almost the same, so I need to remember what it is. There we go. Do I need notes for it? Probably not. It starts with one. I don't know what. Just be patient. Don't worry, we will get to Turkish March. Saturday? Don't get me wrong, I don't ever remember dates either. Yes. Yes. Why don't you grab Alexa, just plug it in, okay? Okay, then just take out your iPad, but don't lose it out there. Give your buddy Q a shout out. He dreams of tickling the ivories like you do. He's more on. That's a funny way of putting it. All right, here we go. Let's play it. Pull the page down a little bit here so we can see what we're playing. And then this is everybody's favorite part, right? Amelie said hi. Well, thank you. You're going to play it with you. Awesome. Yeah, Q. Just practice. Practice if you want to get good at stuff. It helps. Amelie. I'm guessing you're talking... Are you talking about this thing? Do you think you could love me by Young Kai? Sure. Do you think you could love me, Young Kai? All right, we got it. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We're all over the place. On your ballad, yeah, I can give you some feedback on the ballad. Alright, thanks, although I don't know if it's hard enough. Etudes can be on the easier side. Yeah, I got some nice Discord chat going on. Here we go. Let's play a little bit more of Amelie, and then we'll go to the next. I think this is technically called Comptine something. My version of Rushy that we call the Rush F, the waltz. All right, we're gonna do this request from Discord. This is Chopin enthusiast shout out. He wrote a I'm not gonna lie, I just say he because that's what comes in my head, so I apologize if I'm totally getting. I probably should be much more careful with throwing out random pronouns. But anyway, Chopin enthusiast wrote a ballad called Short Ballade in G minor. So here we go. It's basically one note higher than every note in Rushy. There you go. What about we live, we love, we lie? We could try it out. Again, just mess around with stuff. Here we go. Okay. And then we got a nice pause. Then not tempo. Back to that walking tempo. Up. And then 1, 2. Gotcha. Ooh, that is so ugly to read because it's G flat instead of F sharp. It's okay. I know these programs can be kind of weird. Okay, really nice intro. I really like a lot of parts about it. We'll get into it in a second. Here we go. Now we're at Allegro. Ooh, I like that. And then we got a little. Nice. Okay. And then we keep going. Sorry, I'm just skipping around a little bit here. Figure out what we're doing here. Then we got. Okay, bring it back down. Nice. You're happy that's even readable? So that was Chopin Enthusiast. Do I teach? Yeah, not as much very well these days. Listen with Claire. That was an original by Chopin Enthusiast in here. Didn't quite get to the end, although it looks like somewhat similar things at the end. Okay, so this is what I would say. Some parts are too functional, and some parts are not functional enough. So I personally would prefer one or the other. La Campanella or Moonlight Sonata, third movement. Okay, so what I would say, Little Red Riding Hood by Rachmaninoff. Yes, I like that. We got Do You Think You Could Love Me by Young Kai pulled up too. We'll do that. Okay, so this is what I will say about your composition, Chopin Enthusiast. Thank you. Waltz 2. Waltz 2, what's the context? I need a little bit more by that. Because I think if I type in Waltz 2, oh, I guess Shostakovich pops up. Are you talking Shosti? Petrushka by Stravinsky. Ooh, Petrushka would be fun. Okay. Before we move on from Chopin Enthusiast, you've got a lot of really nice ideas. The intro is really cool. and it's actually very generally settled and leads somewhere. I would say there's maybe one too many pauses in my personal opinion, but that's not, that's just me. So take that with a grain of salt. But what I would say that we really actually should think about is once we get to the allegro, what is our harmony going on? Where are we going? Yeah, we could listen to a muse score, but for now, all I want you to think about is where are we going with this? Because I'm actually also a little bit worried about all you young composers. Don't get me wrong, I've used a lot of the computer tools myself, but I would love for you to get a feel of how it feels to actually play your pieces as you're writing your pieces, because it will give you a feel of how, like, some of these patterns are a little awkward to play. And maybe you want to teach that. Maybe that's what you're trying to teach, but it's a little confusing to play some of these patterns. And I'm sure they sound a certain way on the MIDI read back, but it's in my personal opinion a little bit better if you can humanly scale it a little bit more. Oh, great. Yeah. Awesome. And then that's fine. It just fits your hands probably a little bit better than mine then, which is totally fine, or I'm missing something. So, you're doing stuff that's almost functional and then not functional. So G minor to G diminished to this. Going back to G minor is okay. It's not that strong though. You probably would want this to go to like F minor, or it could go to A flat minor, up a half step. It could also go to G7 immediately, but going back to G minor and then going up to the G. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, that makes it a little easier to play. I get that. Okay. Whatever. Don't worry about the technical points. What I'm really curious about is these harmonies. I just feel like they're not functional enough. So, well, if that's what you're going for. If you're not going for functional, you should lean into it even more. Because sometimes you do actually have a thing resolve. And then that feels off-putting because the others aren't resolving. In modern composition, you kind of get the choice. You don't have to have everything resolved, but you really should make a choice with whether or not you're resolving or not. So, anyway, really nice. Here we go. Here's some pieces that people have been asking for. Da, 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 da. What's up? Just take a little rest. F minor's better. I mean, it's gonna sound more functional. That's true. Hey, Levi, do your hands hurt when you play piano? I would say the most common time that my hands hurt is occasionally I will get really aggressive and I'll just play really aggressive, and then the pads of my fingers will actually get a little numb because I'll be hitting so hard that the nerve endings of my fingers hurt. That's pretty rare though. All right. Guys, if you really want to lock in a request, I'd highly recommend joining the Discord or leaving a super chat, because I'm trying to pay attention. And I'm not saying that you have to give money. I'm happy to play your song regardless, but it's just a matter of me trying to keep track of everything that people are doing. No, I'm not going to do that every time, Shasti. Okay, all right. You wanted Little Red Riding Hood. And then. You going downstairs? Okay, cool. Let's see. This is not written that easily. There we go. What's up?
Where's my helmet?
Where's your helmet? It should be over there. That's where we typically put it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to look around, okay? Or use one of your sisters. Am I the only guy here with 0% music knowledge? I'm guessing not. Since what age do I play the piano? Like 20, I don't know, 25, when I was 7, so a long time ago. Very long time ago. All right, let's see if we can read this a little bit better. It's always hard to read this more complicated classical stuff first time, or second time, but whatever. And then, okay. Yeah, rock is fun. Rock is good. I should learn more Rachmaninoff. All right, and then we got Shostakovich, and then we'll do some more that people are asking for. Wait a minute, what? That's your guy. Minute Waltz? Hey, dude. Hey, Edward. Rhapsody in Blue. I have a question. When someone asks you a song, how do you play it instantly? Do you follow the chords or do you follow a logical order? That's a good question. So, it is a combination of many, many things. So, thank you. So let's do an experiment right now. So someone asked for Rhapsody in Blue. So I'm familiar enough to understand what Rhapsody in Blue is. It's a classical piece, right? It's a piece. It's actually a concerto. So it's a big orchestral piece, and I get kind of two options right away. I could try to play it from my memory and just kind of make it up, but I really probably am gonna actually look up a score of it. And it's such a popular piece, someone's probably going to have a piano version of it. So we're actually going to look up a piano version of Rhapsody in Blue. So now I'm on IMSLP. Yes, it is an iPad Pro. I probably should get my eyes checked at some point. They're not as good as they used to be. And so I pull up on the iPad now a score. Now, am I going to be able to play this note for note perfectly from the beginning? No, the answer is no. There's no way. It doesn't matter how good I am. It's a lot. How to freestyle when someone is singing. Ooh, all right. Let's talk about that in a second. So now I look at it, and I'm going to use the idea in my head. Ooh, we can do 1,000 Years, and we can do Minute Waltz at some point. I'm going to use the idea in my head to approximate using what I see on the screen too. Wow. And then of course it loads in the middle on me, which kind of makes it harder on me. That's the general idea. Did I lift today? Not yet. Not yet. I need to do some chest today. I ran a little bit yesterday and kind of ran out of steam with different things. Took it a little day off. Was gonna lift yesterday, but today's the day. We gotta get some chest in. That's crazy. No one's ever said I look like Mark Zuckerberg. I never skip leg day. No, you gotta get those humongous thighs. That's the real thing. You can eat the food that I got out for you guys. Shostakovich, have you ever done dumbbell press? Like maybe take a break from bench press and do dumbbell. Yeah, I agree with Ken. Dumbbell feels a lot better because you can go to failure and not feel like you're gonna kill yourself. We're gonna do minute waltz, and then we'll probably do something other than more Chopin after that. I know everybody loves Chopin. That's what you really find stronger than most people are my fingers. Yeah, I mean, dumbbells are great. Petrushka, we could do some Petrushka at some point. And I want to answer actually Edward's question. So yeah, this is all like the classical stuff. So for 1,000 years, to answer that Felipe question from a while ago, on the first one, it was like, look up the classical thing. And then on the second one, it was, I've played 1,000 years for like 1 million weddings. Thank you so much for subscribing. Again, we're growing. We're going to be doing more streams all the time. Shorts that are just mostly funny or informative. And then I'm going to do a mixture of covers now that people are actually paying attention. They get good views. And then I'm hoping to do some like a comprehensive series on how to learn the piano well. No, I did not study at Berkeley. I studied at University of Iowa. So in the other way that makes sense, yeah, I do need to make some more courses. Did you change some of your thumbnails? I've been making 3 different thumbnails for the longer videos, doing the thumbnail test. Okay, how do you make a chord progression? What's up?
Can we do iPad?
Not yet. Just hang out for a little bit more. We're almost done. How young am I? Wow, I like the way you put that. That made me feel good. I'm 35, so I'm a total new pianist. And the piece I'm like, okay, AMV, pick one. There we go. Sorry, somebody was calling me, so my phone freaked out. I need to make sure I turn on Do Not Disturb so it doesn't kill it. 39, nice.
The baby's wake up.
I know, I hear him. He's still fine. He's still playing in his crib, okay?
Can I go up there?
No, please stay out of his room.
Just that.
Okay. So, so AMV. And then I want to talk a little bit more about this exercise and age thing because I think that's good. And I want to answer this other question. But AMV, one. Yeah, one. Pick one. Do not go in by him. Do not go in by him. Okay? Thank you. Sorry, I've got my girls wanting to go bother the baby because they hear him talking. So when you're trying to work with a melody, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to think about what notes that the melody could imply. And most melodies imply something. So like, let's imagine, here, let's do it in an interesting way. We're gonna grab a melody from here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a, yeah, here. Just that much, right? Yes, leave the baby alone. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, no, I mean, if you've got multiple kids, you realize they love to bother each other, and you're constantly just trying to tell them, don't bother each other. So we have this melody here. The first thing I notice is because this descending down to D flat and surrounding the D flat, that feels like home bass. So the first thing I may be tempted to do is put a D flat major chord underneath that. And then, what am I going to go here? I could stay on D flat here, and I could go to C for the A flat, and then there's, which feels like an appoggiatura, so that emphasis and then go off. Let me translate this into English for anybody talking through that doesn't understand theory as much. Find melody and go, is this note supposed to be with the chord or against the chord? If it's with the chord, then you find a note, a chord that goes with that. If it's against the chord, then you embrace that tension there and then let it resolve. Now, the last part about that is almost every song is going to be in a key. So just find that key first. Muscles are strong. Yeah, it's called working out. Which exercise do you like in the gym? I tend to I like to prioritize the big three and then go from there. So squat one day, bench one day, deadlift one day. The Hall of the Mountain King, that would be fun. All right. Apparently, what? That's a don't eat million.
This was my piano. I don't like it though. Can I get something else now? Piano train?
Sure, that's it.
Because I did learn half of it. Your
Um,
villain song.
thoughts on the BSO and Ray Chen playing Tchaikovsky's violin concerto? That is way, way, way more into the weeds than I generally go. If you were talking classical pianists, I probably could totally follow it. Although Billy Corgan apparently is doing Smashing Pumpkins with the lyric symphony in Chicago. So once I got a general idea, it's key. Do you know where is the Czech Republic? I mean, I know it's in Europe. That much I know. Play Grinko Waltz. When was that? Yesterday? How does Chopin do that lost mood like in the first nocturne? Is it a whole tone scale or augmented chord? I really like that type of question. Let's figure that out. Are you talking about a specific part?
Dad,
What's up?
can I have my marshmallow? Yeah, we have three.
Girls, you are big girls. Talk to each other.
We all just want one candy cane.
Wonderful. Talk to each other and figure out what makes sense. Okay? All right. So, are you talking about Tempest third movement? I played Tempest for a college recital a while ago. We could mess around with it. Okay, yeah, I can tell you, I can help you all with that. So the first thing that Chopin always does is Chopin always is using non-chord tones all the time. We talked about this. Somebody was asking, I think it was Chopin Enthusiast, about how do you make a waltz sound better? And it's all about these notes above and below the note that you actually want to play. There's a world where this was written like this. Super boring. So instead we have ya da 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 da. And then what does he do? He really goes nuts here. And this is something he does all the time. And where this comes from is actually the tradition of opera singers improvising on arias. So the opera singers improvising on arias would go above and below the notes. They'd add in trills, they'd add in ornaments, and they do these crazy phrases. It's hilarious when people are like, oh, jazz, ugh. This is basically jazz. Like Chopin is riffing on the top of this. It's really the melody. The chords help a little bit. Where the chords help is B flat minor to D flat major. That's normal. But then we have the minor 4. So he's doing, oh, thank you, Croissant. Chopin is doing mixed modes with the relative major. So now we're actually, with 2 easy steps, we're getting quite a bit away from the original key. And that's another trick that Chopin does a lot. He does complicated harmonic moves from related keys. Yeah. What do you need, hon? Yeah, I'm saying yeah, go for it. You're doing great. Doing awesome. I love how much of how polite all my kids are. They're always asking me. Even after I tell them, hey, you can have a treat. They always ask, which is very nice. All right, we'll get Carmen going. Do 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 do. And then someone else was asking something else. A Hardest Part by Coldplay. I don't even know. Is that a song? Oh, it is a song. Coldplay makes too much songs. I can't keep up. Peter and the Wolf. Modal Mixture is super sick. Yeah, of course. Anytime. All right, we're running out of the window. I'm not gonna lie of time I had to stream because I see children's waking up doing things. Sure, Tempest. What's up? I'm not older than mom. We can talk about later, girl. Okay, getting back to the wandering and the harmony things. Coldplay is a great modern version of this. So they're doing all these movements with the harmony where the notes don't quite line up all the time. And so that makes all of that tension right there. Let's see what else. Tempest, I can grab my score. I think my score is over here for the Tempest. Maybe it's not. I thought I saw it a second ago. No, that's not it. There it is. Third movement of the Tempest. Oh, it's been forever since I played this. I have not played this since college, so we will see. How to get rid of blisters overnight? Too bad, so sad. You're just gonna have to have some blisters. You can pop them, but you need to be careful because they can get infected. It's way better, no matter how annoying they are, to just keep the blisters and just let them heal, and then you'll get a callus, and that's... Beethoven is awesome. Yeah, you can't get rid of blisters. Nah, especially on your hands. Like, and hey, these hands have had so many flipping blisters on them. And what happens is, the more blisters you have, the more character you get. Okay, Felipe, let's end with this because it sounds like I need to get rolling with everything else. And then we may do a little bit more later today. We'll see. Yes, they do sound like rock solos, which is awesome. Okay, so Felipe, you want to practice to be able to play any song immediately like me. This is what you're going to need to do. The first is you're going to need to actually form a foundation where you're really going to be making a foundation of technique and theory that you can nail anything. How do you get a foundation of technique and theory that you can nail anything? Well, scales, chords, and always pushing on that. Scales, chords, technical exercises. Anytime you're like, I can't really do that. Pentatonics, right? Also different fingerings, right? So you can do major scales like this. All the right fingerings. How about you do the same fingering for every major scale? Weird stuff, right? So you do the normal stuff, you get good at that, you do the weird stuff, but technique, theory, technique, theory, technique, theory. Now, here's step number 2. Sight reading. You become a sight reading monster. How do you become a sight reading monster? You get a hymnal or Bach chorales, and you read those suckers every single day, 5 a day if you can handle it. 5 hymns or Bach chorales every single day. And then, step number 3, ear training. Every single day, listen to a song and go, I can play that by ear, even if you can't. And then make mistakes and keep doing that. Step number 1, theory, technique. Theory, technique. Step number 2 is sight reading every day. And step number 3 is ear training. Here's the point that's not sexy that the internet won't tell you about, which is I started when I was 7. I was okay starting and working up, but right around 13 or 14 is when I got passionate about it, and I probably spent most every waking hour of the day since I was 14 until about 22 or 23 working on it. What should we sight read? A hymnal. So like a, like a religious hymnal, or there's bajillions on the thing. And the reason why is the format of it. But let me pull up the Bach chorales, because the Bach chorales are really easy to get access to. So if you Google Bach chorales PDF, you'll get 40 Bach chorales. And these guys are all written kind of the same way. Like this. Now, why do you want something that's written this way? Because you can sit down now and you can try to play all 4 voices at the same time. Now, if that's too much, you can just read one clef or the other clef. Dude, I am telling you, your sight reading, the first day, you're going to be crying because you're going to be terrible. The second day, you'll cry a little less, but still be crying. The third day, you'll go, somehow I got even worse at this. A week from now, you'll be like, wait a second, I may be okay at this. 2 weeks from now, you'll be like, I can sort of do this. A month from now, you will be able to sight read stuff that you've never thought possible to sight read. But it is a tough process, but it is well worth it. And a ton of people don't do it. A ton of people just really don't do it. And it's so helpful, especially if you love classical, because imagine if the first day you worked on a classical piece, you could read. It's really up to you, Chopin enthusiast. I had a crazy jazz teacher who thought sight reading was really important and really pushed me. So I did 5 a day when I was in high school. So like 14 to 18, I did 5 a day. That is the upper limit. You will be pulling your hair out if you're doing 5 a day. I would say 1 is totally reasonable. 1 is totally reasonable. All right, I am going to get cruising for today. Thanks so much. We're growing. We're going like gangbusters. Really appreciate all you guys. Peace out. And until next time, you guys have a great weekend.